Wednesday's episode of Days of Our Lives on August 21st is packed with tension, guilt, and surprising tenderness as Fiona finds herself caught between her lingering regrets and her attempts to reconcile with her past. In this episode, while Xander and Maggie are focused on Sarah's medical situation at the hospital, Fiona is left to babysit Victoria. But even in what should be a simple task, Fiona's guilt looms large, overshadowing the interaction and making what should be a warm family moment feel heavy with unresolved issues. As Fiona spends time with Victoria, the weight of her past mistakes begins to surface. Unable to keep her thoughts to herself, Fiona ends up making a remark that carries a sharp, accusatory tone. Her words may seem innocent on the surface, but there's an undeniable edge, hinting at deeper layers of pain and guilt. Victoria is left confused by Fiona's sudden tension, as she's caught in the crossfire of what seems like small talk, but holds more significance for Fiona than anyone might realize. Just as Fiona begins to express her inner turmoil, perhaps asking aloud how she can ever truly forgive herself, Xander appears at the doorway. His eyes narrow suspiciously, picking up on the emotional energy in the room. Is this just a coincidence, or has he overheard enough to start piecing together that Fiona's guilt isn't just tied to old wounds? Trying to cover her tracks, Fiona quickly pivots, making it seem like her angst is tied to long-standing issues, specifically the guilt she's harbored for years about abandoning Xander and keeping his paternity a secret. It's a narrative that Xander is familiar with, and for a moment, it looks like Fiona has successfully deflected any suspicion. But Xander's suspicions are not entirely assuaged. While he might believe that Fiona's guilt is connected to the past, it's clear that there's something more that she's hiding. Despite this, the moment leads to an unexpected turn. Xander, softening in response to seeing his mother struggle, decides to offer her a rare moment of comfort. The walls come down, and for just a brief moment, he reminds her that he has already forgiven her for everything that happened in the past. It's a tender exchange, one that reveals just how far their relationship has come despite the scars they both carry. But underneath the tenderness lies a quiet tension, a sense that Fiona's guilt isn't entirely resolved, and that the secrets she's holding on to could eventually resurface in a way neither of them is prepared for. Meanwhile, in the bustling town square of Salem, excitement is brewing as a new chapter begins in the ever-evolving lives of its residents. Days of Our Lives reveals that Abe and Johnny have a new mission: to convince Alex and Chanel to audition for Body and Soul. But this is not just any ordinary audition. With tensions already simmering between Alex and Chanel, the stakes are high, and the potential for explosive drama, both on and off screen, is unmistakable. The idea strikes Abe and Johnny like lightning after they witness the fiery clashes between Alex and Chanel. These two aren't just at odds, they're a perfect storm of chemistry and conflict. To Abe and Johnny, this makes them the ideal duo to portray Faith and Arrow, the central characters in the highly anticipated reboot of the long-running TV series, Body and Soul. Faith and Arrow's storyline is one built on passion, rivalry, and deep emotional tension. All elements that Alex and Chanel seem to embody effortlessly. Yet, for all the sparks flying, the prospect of working together might be a daunting one for Chanel and Alex. Their constant bickering isn't just casual banter. It's rooted in a deeper clash of personalities and desires. For Chanel, this opportunity couldn't have come at a better time. She's been searching for a new creative outlet, something that challenges her and allows her to explore uncharted territory. But stepping into the shoes of Faith, a character brimming with complexity and depth, requires more than just talent. It demands vulnerability and a willingness to dig deep into emotions that might hit too close to home. As for Alex, he's at a crossroads in his life. His once solid career has hit a snag, and he's in desperate need of a fresh start. The role of Arrow offers him a chance to redeem himself, to prove that he's more than just a smooth talker and charming rogue. But the challenge lies not just in mastering the role, but in navigating his tumultuous relationship with Chanel. Working side by side could either forge an unexpected bond between them or push them further apart. According to Days of Our Lives insiders, it seems almost inevitable that Alex and Chanel will step into these roles sooner or later. But what's truly intriguing is the ripple effect this decision could have on the relationships around them. As the lines between fiction and reality begin to blur, the dynamic between Alex, Chanel, Johnny, and even Abe could take a dramatic turn. The passion, the jealousy, and the unresolved feelings could all come to a boiling point, spilling over from the set of Body and Soul into their everyday lives. Our predictions suggest that Chanel and Alex's partnership will become a thorn in the side of Chanel's marriage to Johnny. Even if the tension starts as just acting, the close quarters and intense emotions might uncover hidden desires or old wounds. Johnny may find himself questioning Chanel's loyalty, and Chanel could be torn between her commitment to her marriage and the undeniable pull of the creative process with Alex. As rehearsals get underway and filming begins, the drama that unfolds on screen might be nothing compared to what's happening behind the scenes. Will Chanel and Alex's volatile relationship bring them closer in unexpected ways, or will it become the catalyst that drives them and everyone around them to the brink? In a tale of mystery, guilt, and tangled emotions, the investigation into Sarah's hit-and-run accident is about to reach a critical point. The once peaceful community is now gripped by uncertainty, suspicion, and deepening tensions as clues begin to surface and hidden secrets unravel. At the heart of this complex web are Paulina, Jada, and Brady, each playing a pivotal role as the truth inches closer to being revealed. Paulina steps in to assist Jada Hunter by analyzing some crucial surveillance footage. The footage is not just another piece of evidence. It's a potential game changer in a case that has remained frustratingly vague. Jada, a dedicated and determined investigator, has been tirelessly pursuing every possible lead. Now, with Paulina's help, the investigation is poised to narrow its focus, leading them closer to the culprit behind the tragic hit-and-run that left Sarah gravely injured. As the pieces start to come together, Jada makes a significant breakthrough in the case, one that raises more questions than answers for some involved. Among those now caught in the crossfire of suspicion is Brady, who begins to fear that he may be the one responsible for Sarah's suffering. Brady's concern isn't without reason. He recalls that on the night of the accident, he had been drinking heavily, and his memory is fragmented at best. The uncertainty gnaws at him, making him dread that he may have been behind the wheel in his inebriated state, causing the terrible accident. The situation becomes even more alarming for Brady when he hears that the police are actively searching for a gray car with front-end damage, its paint scraped from the impact. A chill runs down his spine as he rushes to inspect his own vehicle, fearing the worst. When he finds the telltale signs, a scraped bumper and chipped paint, his heart sinks. Could it be that he really was the one who hit Sarah, and in his drunken haze, he simply blocked out the memory? Desperate for clarity, Brady decides to confront Fiona Cook, the one person who might hold the key to unlocking that night's events. Fiona was with him during his drinking spree, and though Brady struggles to recall much of what happened, he clings to the hope that Fiona can fill in the blanks. However, relying on Fiona comes with a significant risk, as she's anything but trustworthy. Unknown to Brady, Fiona is not only hiding critical details, she's the true mastermind behind the tragic accident. Devious and self-serving, Fiona is determined to keep Brady in the dark while shifting the blame squarely onto him. She knows that if Brady's hazy memories remain blurred and unreliable, she can keep her own hands clean and let him take the fall. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Xander is doing everything he can to support his wife, Sarah. Her physical injuries have been devastating, but it's the emotional toll that weighs on her the most. Xander decides to take Victoria to Sarah's room, hoping the visit will lift Sarah's spirits, even if just for a moment. His plan works. Seeing her loved ones together does bring a brief smile to Sarah's face, but the happiness is short-lived. Reality sets in once more as she grapples with the overwhelming fear and sorrow of her condition. Her mysterious paralysis haunts her, and as she realizes how drastically her life has changed, she can no longer hold back the tears. The unfolding drama is fraught with tension as guilt, deception, and heartache take center stage. Jada's investigation is closing in, but the truth could destroy more than one life before it's all over. Brady's desperate quest for answers may lead him down a path of self-doubt and despair, while Fiona's ruthless scheming threatens to push him over the edge. And for Sarah, even the love of those closest to her may not be enough to shield her from the harsh reality of what lies ahead.